Hello there.
Hi.
And welcome to our channel. This is Alice.
And this is Kai.
And the video we're looking at is 7 American inventions that changed Britain forever. Let's have a look, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm curious what they're going to be.
Thanks.
Just hide it in the bookshelf. America may not have invented the English language, but in its short time on Earth, it has invented plenty of other things. In fact, as somebody who's lived here for 1.6 decades, I've come to realise that these inventions impacted not just the United States, but the rest of the world, including Britain. Now, before Uncle Toby clicks away thinking, what could Americans possibly have given us that we didn't improve with a stiff upper lip and a dollop of sarcasm? Hold your horses, because this isn't just about what's my line. I'm talking about those inventions that crept into our homes, our streets, and even our pockets. And there are so many of them that if this video does well, there will definitely be a part 2, and if it tanks, then just forget I said that. Oh, and speaking of future videos, if you're subscribed to this channel, thanks. If not, do that now. In the meantime, without any more faffing about, here are 7 American inventions that changed Britain forever. The escalator, invented in 1891 by American inventor Jesse W. Reno. The first functioning escalators were originally more of a Coney Island novelty than a practical solution. Picture this, 19th century thrill seekers stepping onto these mechanical wonders, treating them like the fairground attractions they were. There was less mind the gap and more hold on to your hat. Meanwhile, across the pond, we Brits were quite happy with stairs. Climbing was practically a sport. But by the early 20th century, escalators started to sneak into places like Harrods and the London Underground. And just like that, the British reluctance to embrace modernity crumbled, though not without drama. Legend has it that the first riders were so unnerved by the experience, they were given brandy to calm themselves down. Today, escalators are found in shopping centres all across Britain. And let's not forget the quintessentially British queuing etiquette that comes with it. Stand on the right, walk on the left, something largely eschewed in the United States. From American novelty to British necessity, the escalator proved that sometimes it's okay to take the easy way up.
Sorry.
Best invention ever.
Ketchup, practically synonymous with American dining. But did you know this popular condiment wasn't always the ketchup we know and love? Early versions were more like a fermented fish sauce from Asia. In 1812, an American scientist named James Meese became credited with the first recipe for tomato ketchup. However, it wasn't until another American named Henry J. Heinz got involved in the late 19th century that ketchup became the sweet, thick tomato sauce we slather on everything today. While Heinz ketchup started gaining a foothold in American life, it was also sold in the UK from 1886 onward, first as a novelty, now as a must-have. Today, ketchup is a non-negotiable accompaniment to chips.
Unpopular opinion, I don't like ketchup.
Popular opinion, hopefully, Heinz is still the best.
Is there anyone really that stands out to me? Like, I don't like ketchup, but I know of Heinz ketchup, you know, like everything. I don't really get it. I don't enjoy ketchup. Even in a burger, you know, I'll tolerate it because, like, if you get like I don't know, McDonald's or a Burger King or any general burger, it always comes with
so ketchup in it.
Yeah, they always come with ketchup in it. And the thing is, from my experience, if you ask for no ketchup, it takes forever. It takes so long for your burger to come out without ketchup. Like, I don't know why that process. You know what I mean? So
you got some tuna fluff.
Oh yeah, that was because we dug her out the box. But yeah, no, not a fan. Not a fan.
Bacon sandwiches and, if you're feeling rebellious, a full English breakfast. And let's not ignore its role in settling family disputes over dinner. Red sauce or brown sauce. So cheers to Heinz, which also launched baked beans in the UK, paving the way for that most British of meals, beans on toast. Of course, there are countless European inventions that reshaped American life. Be sure to strap in for this one, because this is one of the coolest inventions ever made, the electric guitar.
Yeah.
Depending on your definition of electric guitar, it was invented in the 1930s by a handful of American pioneers like George Beecham and Adolf Rickenbacker. Originally designed to give jazz and swing musicians more volume, it quickly became the backbone of genres like rock and or roll. Now, Americans might have built the electric guitar, but the British helped to make it a cultural phenomenon. By the 1960s, British bands like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones and the Who invaded the United States wielding Fenders and Gibsons. It's amazing they weren't tried for war crimes. Suddenly, the electric guitar wasn't just an instrument, it was a symbol of rebellion, creativity, and occasionally smashed hotel rooms. So here's to the United States for plugging in and turning it up. And here's to us for taking that six-stringed marvel and making chart history. Next on the list, the mobile phone. And believe it or not, the device that you're probably holding in your hands right now started as a clunky, brick-like invention in America. The first mobile phone call was made in 1973 by Martin Cooper, a Motorola engineer who reportedly called his competitor at Bell Laboratories just a gloat. In the early days, mobile phones were seen as flashy gadgets for business executives and Wall Street hotshots. But as the technology improved, their popularity skyrocketed.
What was your first ever mobile phone?
I think it was an Ericsson.
Yeah?
Like quite a big bricky kind of thing with an antenna.
Okay, mine was a Nokia.
One.
Mine was the 3210, the Nokia 3210.
I had an Ericsson before those ones came out, or around when those came out.
Yeah, I'm sure mine was a Nokia 3210. And I just remember it because all I used to play on it was Snake, you know, where you got a little, I love that game.
Yeah, I think those were like the second generation, the ones that were better. And everyone got those. I had a flippy one at some point as well.
Very nice. I think I actually, at some point, I probably went through a flippy one.
Yeah.
We've been through all sorts of phones, to be fair, because our generation is that of the kind of...
Yeah, we're in between. We're 80s born.
Yeah, I've seen before and after, you know, before the tech and after the tech.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, isn't it? There you go.
Rocketed, and by the 1990s, mobile phones were becoming a bigger thing across the Atlantic. At first, we Brits were skeptical. After all, who needed a phone that you could carry when a red phone box worked just fine? But once prices dropped and networks improved, we were hooked, as were the red phone boxes. Fast forward to today, and mobile phones are as essential in Britain as tea and biscuits. From texting mates about the football to snapping pictures of your Sunday roast for Instagram, they've become an integral part of British life, not to mention the world. Sadly, we've not quite forgiven America for inventing autocorrect, but then neither has America. Either way, cheers to the mobile phone, an American invention that connects us all, one missed call at a time.
Really?
Blue jeans.
A pair of trousers designed for American miners would become a British wardrobe staple. Enter blue jeans, invented in 1873 by immigrants Jacob Davis and Levi Strauss. Originally made for rugged labourers, these durable denim wonders quickly became a symbol of American work ethic and soon American cool. La 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 la. By the mid-20th century, Hollywood icons James Dean and Marlon Brando were rocking jeans in films, turning them into a global fashion statement. In the US, they were the ultimate symbol of rebellion and youth culture. Across the pond, however, Brits were a bit slower to embrace denim jeans. I mean, trousers were supposed to be formal, weren't they? But then came a decade known to most as the 60s, when Britain began to emulate American subculture. And today, whether you're heading to a football match or riding the escalator at the shopping centre, chances are you've got at least one pair of trusty blue jeans in your wardrobe. So thank you, America, for giving us trousers that can survive anything, including a drunken tumble into the River Freshney in 2005. The microwave oven, the magical box that warms up your hot pocket, was an accidental invention. Percy Spencer, an American Raytheon engineer and a man who apparently thought nothing of carrying chocolate bars in his pocket, discovered the power of microwaves in 1945. While working on radar technology, Spencer noticed that microwaves caused said chocolate bar to melt, and instead of wondering if he had an overheating problem, he accidentally invented the microwave. We've all done it. By the 1970s, microwaves started to take off in US households, heralding in a new era of convenience. Americans were now free to create new delicacies like rubbery hot dogs, lava-like TV dinners, and of course, popcorn that's either perfect or charcoal. There really is no in between. The device was an instant hit among families who no longer had time for the oven or basic movement. Meanwhile, across the pond, the British were initially skeptical. After all, why replace a cooker with a contraption that looked like it was borrowed from Star Trek? But slowly, we came around, realizing that the microwave wasn't just for reheating last night's takeaway, but other stuff like, you know, Heinz baked beans. Today, you'll find it in kitchens across
that
the
noise
motherland,
is so
saving
bad.
countless hours that would have otherwise been spent making a full-on spag bowl. Not that we've cut back on those either.
Oh,
sorry. I was just going to say, I don't know how we would do these days without the microwave, to be honest. You would never have a kitchen or a household now and not think about getting a microwave.
Well, so far we've had the mobile phone, the microwave, the internet, and what were the other few at the start? The escalator.
The escalator. jeans.
God bless America. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you so much, just because what you've done for us, you know.
Obviously, these are some of the biggest ones that also the ones that had most influence.
Yeah, but
So
they're
it
all the
makes
best. They're the
sense
best
that-
ones, you know.
exactly.
Like just
It makes
think
sense
of
that
the
they
life
are
without the internet right now,
life-changing.
or a microwave.
Yeah.
Microwave is so convenient. I don't know how I could live without it now.
And finally, the internet, an invention that forever changed the way we communicate. For instance, right now, from the other side of the Atlantic, Uncle Toby is able to write,
No, the internet were invented by Tim Berners-Lee, an Englishman.
And while Berners-Lee did invent the World Wide Web, its related
That's kinda
HTML
what I
language
know.
and other stuff I don't understand, that's not the same thing as inventing the internet, Tobe, so shut it. Instead, it was a product of the US
Right.
military, developed between the 60s and 80s as a project called ARPANET. The internet wasn't exactly intended for cat memes, but by the late 1900s, this once clunky system of interconnected computers became the World Wide Web. And I remember this, when the internet first showed up in Britain, it was a slow, screechy affair. Dial-up connections meant waiting ages just to load a single page, and heaven forbid that my dad picked up the landline mid.
Oh God,
Oh,
that gives
noise.
That note. Oh, did I pause it? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That gives me trauma. Just every time. No, like when I was like 11, you know, I was heavily into my gaming, and you know, I'd wait because it was 56k, wasn't it, dial up? And I remember that before 6 p.m. it was like peak
More
time, wasn't it?
expensive, wasn't
And then after 6 p.m. till I don't know what time, it was off peak.
Yeah.
So you had to wait for 6 p.m. before you could go online. So I'd be like doing anything to waste my time to get to 6 p.m. I'd get online, and then I'd be like, oh yes, finally I can play. Start playing my games, and then my mum's just like, oh, hello there, you know, all right, you know, to the 10 sisters, seems to phone them every half hour, and then boom, internet gone. Oh God. And yeah.
Also, outside of your trauma with the internet, I still remember vividly in my head that dial-up noise and also when your mobile was about to ring, there was another noise, wasn't there? Like the radio used to make
like the kind of the it made like a
something beforehand as well, didn't it?
really annoying buzzing, like
that was another thing.
Yeah, I can't even say that.
Do you guys know what we're talking about? Is that a thing that happened to you when you were young, if you were in that era?
I think this is it's very generational, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
it's
like the younger guys are like, what the hell is dial-up, you know?
Yeah, it's obviously showing our age, but also I know that obviously
well, as we said earlier, right, we started with no internet, then we went to dial-up, and then it just
exploded.
Yeah, exploded from thereafter.
Yeah.
So we've gone from having the worst internet known to man, being, you know, everything being online now.
Like that,
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, let's move on from this.
Just reminiscing.
But as broadband took hold in the early 2000s,
I'm feeling
the internet
old.
transformed British life. From
Oh,
how shows
floppy
work
disks.
to how we watch a YouTuber explain how the internet transformed British life. Today, whether you're binging Netflix, Googling the nearest chippy, or complaining about the Wi-Fi speed, the internet is woven into the fabric of daily life in Britain. So cheers once again to America for inventing the internet, and to Sir Tim for actually making it work.
Oh, what did you next?
If you enjoyed this video, there must be something wrong with you. But if you did, you'll absolutely watch this one next.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't really expecting those, to be honest, because they're very hard hitters, aren't they? If you think about it.
Yes.
And all of them are so essential in our daily life. Like, can you imagine going to the supermarket or going to the market, mall, whatever you want to call it, without an escalator?
Or into the
just everywhere, like without escalators, like stairs everywhere. Imagine. Just
like going downstairs, those really deep
steep ones
stations
as well.
where like 200 meters down.
It's like literally like going to the gym, isn't it? If you think, no wonder they're all like, you know, fit back in the day, is because they had to walk everywhere and then stairs.
People were not big back in the day.
No, that's it.
Also, food I think was completely different.
Yes, of course, but they kind of go one in with the other, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
that was a nice video. I enjoyed it.
I was pleasantly surprised. Once again, thank you guys for creating all these wonderful gifts for us. You know, we really appreciate it.
Maybe we should do one where some of the things that Britain has invented that are important or useful, at least, and compare.
Yeah, maybe.
If you're interested.
We'll see. Yeah, the thing is, like, do they compare to those? It's hard to
I'm
rival
pretty sure
those.
there's some big stuff out there that was invented by the Brits as well.
Well, whoever invented the toilet was a genius because that's never changed in like God knows how long, has it? But other than that, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, like indoor plumbing and all of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's loads of stuff out there that we take for granted these days.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the telly. That's a good one, isn't it? Anyway, guys, if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.